Alright guys, we're ready to go. You are on candid camera here, so you can have a wave, jump up and down, scream, sing, carry on, do anything you want. Going to go and have a look at the Bay of Islands, I believe. Yep, fantastic. Have to wait for this other helicopter to come in and land, and then right to go. Guys, you'll hear a little horn go off here. The alarm is just a little safety check I have to do. Alright guys, off we go. Yeah, sorry, we were saying it's been very, very busy the last couple of months with Chinese New Year running for the last few weeks, and then all of our Christmas holidays. And it's going to get crazy busy again coming into Easter. So we've sort of been averaging 800 people a day, 800 people a day through here until the last few days it's quietened off a bit. Yeah, it's a bit of a madhouse sometimes. You guys come at a good time when it wasn't quite too busy. Just missed the big bus rush. Guys, on your right is all of the apostles. Everyone hear me okay?
Yes.
Yes.
Cool. So 9 running right through to number 1. The original count is 9 apostles. There was never 12. The religious group came along in the 50s and renamed it the 12 apostles, including a few other features that are related to the 12 disciples of Jesus to create more tourism down here. So the original count is 9, number 3 on your right, number 1 is here, and number 2 is the tiny little one in the centre of the cove there. So that's it for the apostles. Till we come back, I'll run through them all one by one for you. Over here on your right, we have the twin sisters, the 2 separate rock features there. The salt and pepper shaker, the taller, skinnier one, and Razorback Ridge there. Muttonbird Island coming up on your right here. Large green island, shaped like this large green seahorse. You'll understand why when we turn around and come back, or a large green question mark. So whereabouts are you guys from?
Las Vegas, Nevada.
Vegas? Oh wow, cool. California? No, Nevada. Nevada, yeah.
Have you been before?
No, I've been to California. I've been snowboarding all over the States a bit, all through California, Mammoth Mountain, Tahoe, and up to Washington, to Crystal Mountain, and into Seattle, and up to Canada and Alaska and all that sort of stuff. But
whole west coast of the United States.
Bit of, the west coast thing. I'd like to go inland a bit. Vegas would be amazing. Do you guys live in Vegas?
Live in Vegas.
Yeah. What's that like to live in? That'd be amazing. Like one big party over there, or?
I like it.
Just on the strip, it's a big party. Outside of the tourist area, it's suburbs.
Suburbs, yeah.
Bad.
Yeah. Yeah, I would love to check it out sometime. We'll add a couple of days there onto one trip sooner or later. Just go there and check out the casinos and run amok.
Yeah, it's worth it.
On your right, guys, Sentinel Rock. It's the largest rock in the national park, standing at 73 metres tall. That doesn't look like it, but that's about the equivalent of a 20-storey building. How big? A 20-storey building, 220 feet. Yeah, it doesn't look like it from the helicopter. Things can look a little bit small
It does.
from here.
Bird's eye view.
Bird's eye view, that's it. Port Campbell coming up on your right. Port Campbell's a magic town, guys. Are you here on the bus for the day, or
No, we drove.
Check out Port Campbell. Great little spot. It's home to about 300 permanent residents. This time of year we have around about 3,000 people staying there on any one night. A couple of really good pubs there. One right down on the water's edge with a beautiful view out over the bay that you'll get a good view of on the way back. Are you guys driving through further west, or
I think we're going to head back to Melbourne.
back to Melbourne? Yep.
After this.
So you're just holidaying in Melbourne for a little while? Or?
We fly to Sydney tomorrow.
Oh, cool. Oh. So what, Melbourne, Sydney, and then back home, or?
Melbourne, Sydney, Cairns.
Cairns, yep. Sounds like a good trip.
Got here on Friday?
Yes.
Got here on Friday, so it's only our 4th day.
Yep, cool. Settling in all right?
Yeah.
Fantastic. 2 Mile Bay here, guys. This stretch is famous for its big waves, a famous big wave surfing location. The waves aren't breaking today. There's not enough swell, but in winter we get a lot of big waves here, 10, 20, 30-foot waves quite regularly. At the arch over here, give you the idea of the size of that arch. Those round boulders down the bottom are about the size of a Toyota Tundra.
Oh.
And apparently that arch is big enough to fly this helicopter through. Whoa. But I haven't tried it yet. Going to come around the corner here. If you have a look on the tip of Point Hesse, you'll see a set of stairs. Kind of hard to see, a little thin slit there. The fishing rod holder down the bottom. Those stairs have been there for over 100 years. You'll see them on the way back. London Bridge here, guys. Which isn't much of a bridge anymore, as it fell down back in 1990.
Are there sharks around here?
There is certainly sharks around here. Hopefully not too many of them. One of the other pilots, he saw one a couple of days ago, got a photo of it while he was flying. A couple of guys surfing down in Port Fairy, which is about an hour's drive from here. 4 guys out the other day. A shark came up and bit the nose of one guy's board, spat it out, and then brushed up against his friend's leg, and then just disappeared, left him alone.
What kind of shark?
They don't know. They said about 4 metres long, so
Guy.
possibly not a great white, but maybe a tiger or something. So they're around, but I like to think they've got enough food around here, and there's no commercial fishing in this area except for crayfishing. I like to think they leave the rest of us alone. Peterborough town over here, guys. Peterborough is another great little town. We have the Schomburg Reef here, named after a famous shipwreck back in the 1800s. Schomburg Beach, or the Peterborough Main Beach as the locals call it. Local golf course there right on the foreshore, which is quite scenic for a game of golf. Not the greatest golf course in the world, but the view makes up for it. We're going to come around to Wild Dog Cove on your right. And a little bit further up here we have a couple of very popular surf spots here on these points, known as Razors, the Well and the Boneyard. This first bay in here, guys, the first sandy beach there is called Massacre Bay, where the early settlers supposedly marched all the Aboriginals and the natives into the water when they first came here and took over. Bit of a sad story, that one. Then we have the Bay of Martyrs just here, and up the end, the Bay of Islands, what you came to see. Whole heap of bays around here. Beautiful beaches up at this end. A lot better beaches for swimming at and recreational. Get a lot of calm water in close to the beach and in at the Bay of Islands due to the outer reefs protecting them, which gets rid of all the rips and the currents as well. And just a lot less crowded at this part. So the Bay of Islands, guys. Beautiful spot, the Bay of Islands. Pity the clouds come over a bit. It normally has the most amazing aqua blues in here. Great spot for diving, snorkeling, spearfishing, like going out catching crays or abalone. So guys, we're going to come back around here and you'll see the Bay of Islands on your left. We have the steepest boat ramp in the Southern Hemisphere, up in the far left corner there. Which doesn't look like much, but when you stand at the top of that boat ramp, if you fell over, you would just roll the entire way to the bottom. It's very steep. We'll come around from the Bay of Islands here and you'll see another beautiful little beach here known as Crofts. What do you guys do back in Las Vegas?
Human resources.
Yep.
Not as fun as this.
No. You guys all work at the same place, or?
We do.
Yep.
He works at one of the hotels.
Yep.
You went to Lake Tahoe to go snowboarding?
Yes, yeah, it's a great spot, hey?
It is. So I'm guessing, was that your first time snowboarding, or is there snowboarding in Australia?
No, there's plenty of snow in Australia. You wouldn't think so. We have a few really great mountains here. They're about 6 hours north from here, inland. They're not quite as good as what you guys have, or they're nowhere near as good as what you guys have. But we have mountains, they're about 1,800 metres tall, which is not quite the same as yours. And we only get snow sort of on the top third of those. So, but nevertheless, they're still great fun. A lot of good people up there to get out and have a ride with. So yeah, good times. Guys, coming around here, we're going to see Purdy Vale Inlet, large dam there. Peterborough Main Beach, and the Schomburg Reef here. spot down here called the Grotto. It's pretty hard to see from the helicopter. Great one to stop in at though, where you can see the cars parked there. There's a little path you can walk down. So like a little dragon's lair thing. Like something off Lord of the Rings. There's a cave down there, a big rock pool. Might be able to see in there. There's a little set of stairs down there to your left. You guys checked out any of these spots by foot yet?
What's that?
We're going to do the beach after.
It's great to go and have a look at a few spots by foot. Helps you appreciate the sheer size. London Bridge Beach down there, guys. Home to a colony of fairy penguins. And the famous London Bridge. See these stairs I was talking about before on the tip of Point Hess. Little slit down here on your left. Straight out to your left right now. So there's over 20 sets of hidden stairs carved into the rocks along this stretch of coast. The old fishermen back in the 1800s used to carve them in and try and get out to these crazy places to catch big fish. A lot of them have been fenced off now by the local parks. Another one of our helicopters coming past here. So on your left there, guys, Port Campbell. Absolutely magic little bay in there. Great spot to go for a swim. Surf club on the left-hand end. 12 Rocks Bar and Bistro on the right-hand end. Great spot for a beer. With a beautiful view out over the bay. Definitely worth checking out if you've got time. Have one lone surfer down there trying to catch a wave down at the local break.
So that's Port Campbell, correct?
That's it. Go back to Sentinel Rock here on your left. After Sentinel Rock you'll see Horseshoe Cove. A little cave up the back there, also home to another colony of fairy penguins. Then there's more penguins up at Apostle number 9. Go there during the day, the London Bridge or any of these other spots, you'll see little footprints all through the sand. That's little penguin footprints most of the time.
Where do they hide at night?
So they hide, like Horseshoe Cove there in London Bridge, there's caves up in the background. So they go up and sleep in the caves. Very good beaches for them, safe from other predators, safe from humans. Sherbrooke River over here, running down to the Sherbrooke Beach. That's another great spot to stop in at. You can drive your car up to the car park over there, walk down to Lockhart Gorge, come around a bit further, you'll see what's known as the Blowhole Thunder Cave, just in around here. Then you can do a little walk down to the Sherbrooke River. Actually get right out onto the rock platforms out there to your left.
Little blowhole.
Yeah, there's the blowhole's just here where you can see the opening back a little bit further. Muttonbird Island there, the large green island. Lockhart Gorge up the back. Named after another shipwreck which sunk off the tip of Muttonbird Island, one of the more famous shipwrecks around here. apostle number 1, guys. Start of the 9. Number 1 just here. Number 2 is the tiny little one out the back of number 1.
Okay.
Yeah, we call the number 2 the hidden apostle. Number 3, standalone apostle there. Is the tallest of all apostles at 45 meters. We have 4, 5, and 6. 7 being the little one. 8 is the pile of rocks. Fell down back in 2006, and 9 the large one at the end. So that's the original 9, guys. If you'd like to make 12, you certainly can. You can include Gog and Magog here, and some of the other features back behind it.
How big do the waves get?
Very big around here. It's Gibson's Beach, straight underneath us, is famous for its big waves as well. One of the
What's the temperature of the water?
at the moment it's probably around about 18 degrees, 17 degrees. Yeah, 17, and then in through winter it's right down to around about 13. So it gets pretty cold. You need a good wetsuit to surf around here. But the waves, like we get 10, 20 foot waves every other week down here through winter.
Wow.
10 foots every other day. Amazing the swell that comes through here. Back at Port Campbell, there's a wave there at 2 Mile, called 2 Mile or Easter Reef, which is famous. A lot of big wave surfers come down here chasing their dreams and their photos and video parts. Fantastic, guys. That's it. Thank you very
Thank you
much,
so much
for visiting. I hope you had a good time. It's a pleasure taking you guys for a spin. Want to give the camera a wave goodbye. Thanks for visiting the 12 Apostles.